So I'm eating this poutine, and it's pretty hefty. Hey guys, I Saw Bear here, and today I'll be answering your questions from last week that you asked on my second Q&A question video. So, first question is from Chris. I'm not going to pronounce that last name, and he asks, how are you?
Everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
We're sending a squad up.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. The next question comes from Tyan Barrett. He asks, what is your opinion on different formats for Foxhole such as PS4 and Xbox One? So expanding Foxhole to different platforms I would definitely see as a good thing. I want the devs to have a lot of success with their endeavors currently. However, there is a little caveat to that. Back when I was a PlanetSide 2 player, when the game shifted over to PS3, the PC community definitely felt like there was a lack of updates and not as much balancing going on because all the effort was going towards the PS3 version of the game. I want to see Foxhole expand, but I don't want to see them expand beyond their limits. So if they do expand to PS4 or Xbox One, I want to see the dev team actually hire more people. You know, I don't want any of the platforms to be ignored, essentially, just for the expansion onto other platforms. So, you know, it's a balancing act, and I just want the devs to balance it if they plan to expand. So Skype actually asks a series of questions. His first one is, how is my cabin life and is it still comfy? It's very comfy. I love living in this cabin, actually. It was always a joke in high school that I would be the wild one to live out in the cabin in the middle of the woods. Less of a joke now and more of a reality, which is kind of crazy, but it's been comfortable. You know, I've got internet, water, electricity. I don't really need much more than that, and it's a great view, what can I say? And I'll give you guys a little bit of a tour. Hey guys, I Saw Bear here, and I'll do a quick tour of my cabin just for you guys. So, come through this very tight doorway. That's where I put my shoes, but the camera light won't adjust. You know, my window, my fancy sitting area, kitchen table kind of thing, my window that folds up for when it's really hot like it is now. Got a couple plants around the area, but I'm putting them next to the window so they get light. They're all plants I can eat too, so that's convenient. Some dirty dishes, you know, fridge, general kitchen eatery area, my bed area, and my shelf with all my reading. I still don't know why I brought my Valkyria Chronicles art book, because, man, I'm not going to be able to use that this summer. Thought I was going to reread it, but I just don't have the time. And, of course, my pride and joy, my PC and PC setup, so, yeah. Pretty much it. His next questions are related to Foxhole, so he asks, how soon will we get tanks? I don't know, I'm not a dev. They've said in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. Standing SMG accuracy, are they ever going to buff it? I agree, it's really tough. SMGs are meant for close quarters, but even then they still kind of are lackluster. I would honestly take a pistol over an SMG almost any day in Foxhole. I just find them good for suppressing fire. And is there any tricks I can learn from fighting with an SMG? I would just run into a building and open fire on a group of people. That's the only way I know how to reliably get kills with an SMG in Foxhole. Again, like I said, I would prefer the pistol over the SMG almost any day. So I'm really not the one to give tips for SMG gameplay. And the last questions come from Colt Bolt, and he asks, I don't believe you're a real person. You're probably a bear in a person suit. I will neither confirm nor deny this. That was not a question, but I felt the need to answer it anyways. His actual question is, what thing/object/system would you add or change in the game? I would like to see a little bit of a rearrangement of the building system. So, just to give a bit of an analogy, Minecraft was a very intuitive game because you can take any of the resources in the game and always find a way to put it to use to make something out of it. Foxhole has seen a little bit of that lately because scrap can be used to rebuild the manufacturing plant and to build the resistance camps, which can then be upgraded, or at least for the resistance camp, it can be upgraded to the town hall via the construction vehicle with basic materials. And I'd kind of like to see that be a more standardized format in Foxhole. I'd like to see a lot of objects be created first with scrap and then upgraded with basic materials and then upgraded with refined materials. So for example, maybe the basic chain link fence could look a little more, makeshift in design and structure model, using scrap to build it at first, and then you can be upgraded to a more fortified wall with basic materials, and then like that fortress wall with the refined materials. I think Foxhole could benefit and become a little bit more intuitive if you take that more tiered system to all the buildings in the game, and using scrap as some basic form of construction material, It would be great for town defenses, especially if you're in a panic, because then you can, as defenders, you can at least set something up instead of just having nothing because you need to refine it first into basic materials or refined materials. That kind of structure to the object building in the game, I think, would be a great benefit, both to new players and to veteran players, because then the new players, it'll just be more intuitive. They will more naturally, hopefully, know what to do, and then the veteran players will just have more options at their disposal to work with. So that's what I think, but the devs have their master plan somewhere in the back, probably in a secret filing cabinet or something, and I'll let them make the decisions because I'm not on the dev team, but that's my personal opinion on it. So thank you guys for all of the questions. I really appreciate that. Again, it was a busy week for me because it was Canada Day and my parents came to town to visit. A couple of announcements are that I will continue to do the 2 videos per week format for my channel. However, my work schedule has been shifting around a bit because we've transitioned into slightly different programs where I work. If there's a few videos that aren't exactly on a strict schedule, I apologize for that, but I will still follow that 2 video a week formula. And secondly, I'm announcing this now, I will be attending PAX West come September 2017. And so I'll get a lot of footage of new games, and maybe I'll get some interviews. I don't know, I'm not, a huge YouTuber as of yet. We'll see. But I'll definitely make some videos come PAX West 2017. There's a few other things I'd like to mention about that, but I will save that for a future video because I'm not 100% sure on what I'm actually allowed to say. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So anyways, yeah guys, thank you for tuning in. I know these videos aren't exactly the ones everyone tunes into my channel for, but I appreciate those of you who have come here. And as always, good luck, keep your heads down, and stay in your foxholes. Bear out.
Load and shoot now! Come on! Enemies on the right! Enemies on the left! Fire!
Swing the gun around and take it out.
Load and shoot now! Stay on course! You okay? Load and shoot now! Enemy is straight ahead!
Sighting in on target.
Enemy attack waves are over. To ensure victory, eliminate the majority of enemy forces that are still on the battlefield.